Alrighty, welcome to 11.2. 11.2 is about box and whisker plots. I have heard that you have seen them before, so let's briefly talk about what they look like, and then we'll talk about what they can tell us and how we can make them. So this first picture here just shows us a box and whisker plot that's already drawn. Okay, this number out here, the one with the dot, that would be your least value. And similarly on the other end here, this dot right here, that is your greatest value. Okay, so that's where we show the end of our whiskers. So this is a whisker and this is a whisker. This is a box. That's why we call it a box and whisker plot. Okay, some other markings on here. Right here, that is what we call our first quartile. This marking here is our median or our Q2. We more so commonly call it the median. Okay, and the third quartile is where you end your box over there. So these quartiles, basically, the third quartile is going to be the median of Q2 and your least value. And the first quartile that's just your median of Q2 and the least value. So basically what you do on these is you take your data and you divide it in half, you find the median. And then you look only at the first half and you find half of the first half, that's your Q1. And then you look at the second half of your data and you find the half of that half, and that is your Q3. Okay, I will show you how to do that in an example later. So what a box and whisker plot basically tells you is that when you divide it into fourths like that, right, you divided it in half, and then you divided each of those halves into halves. So now you have 4 quarters, basically, okay? So a fourth of your data is down here. A fourth of your data is in this part of the box. A fourth of your data is in this part of the box, and a fourth of your data is in that side of the whisker, okay? It basically takes your data and it divides it into 4 pieces. We look at it that way. So here are the numbers that it tells you. So the median, which is your Q2, honestly, that's just the median of your data. There's nothing special there. Okay. The least value is your smallest number. Nothing too crazy or groundbreaking there. The greatest value is your largest number. Nothing wild and crazy there. Okay. The first quartile, I'm going to say it again, just like I said on that picture. It's the median of Q2 and least value. And your third quartile is the median of your Q2 and greatest value. Okay? So that's where we are. So now let's talk about what this IQR is. The IQR basically is, I'm going to say it like this, it's how long is the box. So the IQR, it stands for interquartile range. Okay, sorry, you can't see. So it stands for interquartile range. And what that means basically is how long are we in between these two quartiles here. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this Q3 and then you're going to subtract off Q1. So that's how you find the interquartile range. You take Q3, you subtract Q1. It's going to calculate how long your box is. It's basically where's 50% of your data, right? Because if there's a fourth in each one of those sides of the boxes, then you're looking for how long the box is. That's where 50% of your data is going to be, okay? So now let's get to some examples. Here's example 1. The box and whisker plot, it's already drawn, represents the lengths and seconds of the songs played by a rock band at the concert, okay? So the smallest value is 160 seconds. The longest song is 300 seconds. So find and interpret the range. Well, the range is the biggest number minus the smallest number, okay? And 300 minus 160 is 140 seconds. So it ranges 140 seconds. So that's the finding. The interpreting means songs range, or how should I say this? I guess it's better to say you can say it just like this. The songs range is 140 seconds. That basically means there's 140 seconds difference in all of the songs. Okay. So when it says find and interpret the IQR, well, the IQR is 280 minus 220, and 280 minus 220 is 60 seconds. And what that means is that within 60 seconds, right here, okay, so that length is 60 seconds. That means 50% of our songs fall within 60 seconds of each other. That's what that means, okay? When it asks you to interpret, that's kind of one of those things, well, what does it mean to interpret? It's basically just telling me, what do your numbers mean, okay? All right, example 2. Now let's create a box and whisker plot, okay? And so the first thing that you need to do is put these numbers in order. So we saw this example when we talked about mean, median, mode, and range. So this time, though, before we can do anything, we need to put these in order. Okay, so the lowest value I see there is 19. And then we've got two 20s. So 20, 20. Then we've got a 21 and a 22. No 23, no 24. Here's a 25. No 26, but there's two 27s. Two 29s. A 30 and a 31. Okay. So the reason we have to put them in order is because the first thing that we need to find here is our median. Okay, so there's several numbers that are important in a box and whisker plot. The least value and the biggest value, the median and the other two quartiles. Okay, so let's find the median. So that goes away, 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 that goes away. Go away, go away, go away. Okay, so we've got the median is going to fall in between there. Halfway in between 25 and 27 is 26, so that's the median. Once I find the median, I like now to start my box and whisker plot. So I know that I'm going to go from 19 to 31. So here's my number line. If this is 19, this is 20, this is 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. So here, I don't care what you count by. It doesn't matter what you count by. It doesn't matter how long that you make your number line. Just make sure that you're consistent. So like my tick marks are evenly consistent. They're spread, and I counted by the same amount each time. Okay. You don't have to label all of your dots either. Like, do you see how I only labeled like some of them so I could count? Okay. So I know that my least value is 19, so I put a dot there. My most value is 31, so I put a dot there. 26 is my median, so 22, 24, 25, 26. That's where my halfway of my box is. Okay. And then, okay, now I need to find Q1. So that is when I look at just this first set of data and I find the median of that. Okay. So this is where you might want another color or, you know, something else. Go away, go away, go away, go away. And then halfway in between 20 and 21 is 20.5. So that's your Q1. So we go to 20.5, which is here, and we draw the end of our box. And then we do the same thing on this side. So that goes away and that goes away. Go away. 29 and 29. Well, it just so happens the median of 29 and 29 is just 29. So 30, 29. There's my other box. And then once I've drawn all three of my tick marks for my boxes, I draw my box. And then I draw the whiskers out to meet the endpoints. Okay. You're not going to have to draw too many box and whisker plots in your lifetime, but it is good to know them. More commonly, you're going to be asked to assess them. So we're going to spend some more time on this in class. That was just a quick introduction on how to do things. So hopefully that gives you a little bit better idea of what they are and how to use them, and we'll talk some more in class.